Hey guys, Jack Griffin here, and welcome to Beast Quest Beast Review, Series 31, Guardians of Tangala. I believe that's right. Yes, I'm right. It's the Guardians of Tangala. So, after what happened in the last series, which I thought it was a decent series, but could have been improved on. And definitely felt a bit lackluster compared to we just had the really good Series 29. So to go from that to Series 30 was a bit, could have been better. And maybe expectations were higher. But it still managed to rack up high scores, so good for it. But now we come to Series 31, which, when I first looked at the covers for these beasts, I really thought this was going to be a really average series. And also compared to what I heard from my good friends Adam and Lucas, which, by the way, go subscribe to them. They do really good Beast Quest content as well as other fun stuff. So please go follow them and check them out. But yeah, from what I'd heard from them, this series was going to be pretty average. So I read it, and to my surprise, I actually thought this series was good. It's not great, but I actually like this series and got a kick out of it. I think this is, I won't say an underappreciated series. Like, it's not bad. Like, no one has said it's a bad series. But I do think it's in the right direction. Also, this is the second best series of the new Protectors era so far. Only one beating it is, of course, Series 29. But without further ado, let's get started. So, the story. So the story is basically Zuba, of course, is back, and she's... So these four beasts are each made of an element. Those being water... No, wrong. Ice, water, fire? Yeah, fire and stone. And basically, Zuba has sent these beasts to a part of Tangala, and these are legends. These beasts are not real, they are legends of Tangala. Now, that is a bit of a plot hole for one beast, but we'll get to that later. And the new protectors have to go and stop her, obviously. But there's one new fascinating thing. They are each given an animal companion to have, which is good. I'm glad we're starting to get the animal companions, the new protectors having one. So, okay. So, Wraith gets a wyvern. I believe that's how you pronounce it. The dragon thing. Some people say wyvern, but wyvern, I believe it's the name of it, called Rugara. Myandra gets a blue panther beast called Azul. Katia gets a green monkey called Faradu. And Nolan gets a yellow werewolf called Marilla. You'll hear my thoughts on them as I talk about the books. But yeah, so I do think the plot here is better than Series 30. And I don't know, would I say it's better than Series 28? Who knows? But anyway, so you've got the story out of the way, which I think it's a good story. It's not the best story, but it's an alright one. Well, I think it's good. And I love how each beast is part of an element. Originally, the alleged title was going to be called The Four Elements, but that's a fake title. We've got nothing to go off of then. So, without further ado, let's get into the review. So the first beast we have is Lupix the Ice Wolf. Design for Lupix, I gave a 7. I do like, well, an ice wolf looks cool. I love the spikes around it, the glow in its eyes. Like I said, just the spikes and just, like, all the details, the cracks. Once again, I think it is just the spiky mane that really brings it out, as well as just the way its teeth are bared are cool. And it just looks like a really cool beast to look at. So it ain't got loads of details, but it's got enough to make it unique. Abilities I gave an 8. Okay. It's really durable, sharp teeth, sharp claws, agile. Can bring a snowstorm with him. So ripped off from Yakarix, and which was then kind of reinvented, but still ripping off, which was then ripped off by Vurak, but we'll get to that when we review Vurak, because I still need one special, which I have read. One special, which I've still not got, even though I've said constant times for my, like, I need to get it. But when I get it, I will do part 7 of the Beast Quest specials, which, yeah, don't worry, I am going to review the other specials. I just haven't got them yet, so please don't worry. So yeah, so it can bring a snowstorm with it. It has an ice breath it can shoot out that can freeze his victims. And when he comes into contact with water, he turns into ice. And if he comes into contact with water, not only does he turn it to ice, it also he absorbs it, and it makes him bigger and more durable. So let's say, the more water he absorbs, the more powerful, bigger and powerful he becomes, even though he does lose his agileness. But I mean, you're basically going agileness and just becoming more durable, which works really well. And like I said, agile. The fight I gave a 7. It was actually better than I thought it was. I really thought it was going to be rushed, but they did it quite well. Wraith, of course, managed to... Okay, I will admit, I forgot how this beast was defeated, but then again... yeah, it's been about 2... I think I got them for Christmas, so I've not read this in about 2 months, so I have lost a bit. But I know that it was a good fight. Rugara did some stuff. We'll get to that later. And it's okay. It's actually pretty... That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, it's actually quite easy, and I've just literally remembered. So, and the whole point was that Wraith went to this, palace thing where where Queen Aurora's guards are situated. Best guards in Tangala, apparently. And their leader was like, is Wraith an outsider? Is he a threat? He tried to tell them about the beast, but they didn't listen to him. And yeah. But in the end, he managed to get them on his side, and it ended with them firing fire arrows at Lupix, which weakened him. And I mean, it was a very tense situation where Wraith nearly died several times, and then Wraith brought his hammer when Lupix weakest, brought his hammer and smashed it down onto Lupix, which smashed Lupix to pieces. Honestly, good fight. I was actually really impressed, like I said. Only thing was, though, I mean, Rugara I thought was a bit of a nuisance during this book. I think she's just alright, personally. And yeah, I will rank the animal companions at the end of the series, but yeah. But I thought Lupix was a good start to the series and actually impressed me. And the fact that we got to see all these abilities in, like, I believe the fight was 3 chapters long, so I am glad it got a good amount of time, so that's good. The total for Lupix, 22 out of 30. It's a really impressive thing, and it's the second highest score since Series 26. If you didn't know this paper, which, if you're wondering, this is when I happened to do a Beast Quest quiz with Adam and Lucas, and this is actually when I did the Christmas collab with Lucas, and I've still got the paper on there. But yeah, and I've got all the scores here since Series 26. This is going to be the last one to have this piece of paper. I'm gonna get probably my notebook to put the actual scores in. Thankfully, until the other two books of Series 32 come out, which I have read the first two, when they come out in September, I will. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a while, so I don't need to worry about that yet. But yeah, since Series 26, Lupix actually has the highest score for a first book. Technos, of course, had 19, Gorok had 17, Osiron had 21, and Hyrix had 18. So he beat Technos, Gorog, Osiron, and Hyrix. The only first book he did not beat was Calderon, but that was only by 1 point. And yeah, I am glad. I thought the storyline for Wraith was good. Like I said, he is currently my favourite new protector, so I am glad he got a good story. But yeah, I thought it was a good starting book. I couldn't actually ask for a better starter. Except Calderon, but there's that. Right, next up, we have Pyrano the Water Dragon. Design, I gave a 7. Originally, I weren't too fond of the design. I think it was because of the spikes. But then I got used to it as it got on, as time went on. And I realised it is actually a really unique design. With, the, spikes, the yellow eyes, the tongue, and the little webbed spikes coming from his legs. Only thing I didn't like, though, was, also the cover made it a bit off, was that, here it looks like Pyrano has no legs, other legs, he only has 2 legs. That would have been cool, but he does actually have 4 legs. Also, what was that voice crack? Also, you can see it looks like the water's actually, absorbed into him. But then I get on, so design is good, and I'm going to talk about the water absorbed to him in a minute. That's where I get to abilities, and yeah. It can fly, he can fly without the use of wings. That's cool. Sharp teeth, sharp claws, and that's it. Really, Pyrano doesn't have really anything special. Also, I realized I used to call it Pyrano, and it is pronounced Pyrano, but then I realized I've just got used to saying Pyrano. I might just call him Pyrano. I mean, it works either way. But yeah, 4 for abilities is not that impressive. Also, because I was expecting, because Lupix is actually made of ice, I thought Pyrano was actually going to be made of water, or at least can transform into water. But no, he can't. So I do wonder if the cover was designed first, and then during, production of the book when they were composing ideas and coming along, they decided to just give Pyrano 2 legs and decided, well, let's get rid of that ability. Maybe oh god, I'm spitting. Maybe because it would have been too powerful. The book does take place in Bridgetown, which I'll talk more about in a minute, and that's a coastal village. It's near the sea, so makes sense. But yeah, I do think the abilities for Pyrano could have been more unique. And I think he actually has the weakest abilities in the whole series. And the fight, I gave a 5. It was okay. It really was Azul just wrestling with Pyrano with the rope, and then in the end they lure him onto Myandra's. I believe it's her. Is it her brother? I'm not sure. I don't know what it is, but I swear it is cousin. There we go. There we go. I thought it was her brother, but no. So yeah, Myandra's cousin, Michael, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Onto Michael's ship, and then they blow it up and kill Pirano, and that's about it. So, and the funny thing is, there's bits in Pirano story-wise that are actually better than the beast itself, including one big thing, which, should I say for the end, or should I do now? I think I might just say for the end, because there is a massive spoiler in this book for a returning character. And also, I realized I did not talk about the ending to series 30, which was important. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, there's a spoiler for a returning character in this book, and I'm not going to get into it now. And timeline-wise, there was several specials that had this character in them, which I've not talked about yet. But I have talked about them in the main series, so yeah, you'll find out what I mean. Without going into spoilers for those specials. But yeah, overall, Pirano, it felt there was better things story-wise than there was Beast. Let me explain. So, I liked the stuff with Michael. I thought he was a good character. And I loved Azul. I love how noble he is. I love how brave he is. I love how he put up a fight. And I just love how courageous he is. I love how Azul is willing to die for Myandra. And I really love that. I really thought Azul was going to be this, like, you know, arrogant, boastful character. But he ended up being, like, there's not only a sweet character, but he was also this, like, really noble, courageous hero, which I just loved. I love that. And that's why Azul's one of my favorites. Compared to the, you know, a nuisance that was Rugara, I like Azul was a massive step up. I love Azul so much. And when I rank them, you'll probably know, like, relatively, he'll come high. So that stuff was cool. But there was another complaint story-wise, which it's not really it is a complaint. It is a complaint, but it's also, I think, a missed opportunity. So in the story, there's the person that runs the bridge town is very uniquely called the Bridge Lord, and I thought he was going to be this, like, villain that, like, locked Myandra up, or, you know, locked Azul up, which is actually what happens. Azul gets locked up in this ship, which acts as a prison, and Myandra and Michael go to rescue him. Now, and I thought the Bridge Lord was going to play a bigger role, because we're told, oh, he's selfish, he gets taxes and all that. He's basically a King John / Sheriff Nottingham type guy. Yeah, like a King John or Prince John. Yeah, King John. And I really thought they were going to have him have a bigger role. But the only appearances he makes is when Myandra tries to get him, he calls guards on her. And then he appears at the end, and then he gets arrested. And that's it. Like, he's barely in it. And I wish they could have made him more of a bigger villain. So I pitched the idea of, what if he had Myandra locked up, and we had, like, scenes with him. He was the one that had Myandra locked up. Then Azul and Michael go and help. And then we have what I'm going to tell you later. Then Pirano comes, and then the Bridge Lord overreacts and let's say he sends his people to go deal with him, but Pirano overpowers him, and then Myandra comes and does the fight. That would have made the story a bit better, having the Bridge Lord be be the human villain. I wish we could have had that, but we didn't, so never mind. And I just read 20 minutes only on two books. We best make this quick. But yeah, story-wise, I'm done ranting, and beast-wise, I was done long ago. Yeah, Pirano is a bit of a disappointment, and I do wish he could have been a bit better. No, not a bit better. I wish he could have been better. But to be honest, looking from it, yeah, the only thing that sticks out about it is the design. I do think it is good, but the abilities and the fight were a bit of a letdown, especially the abilities. The fight was all right. Total for Pyrano is 16 out of 30. Yeah, nothing special there, sadly. Right, let's move on to Haraxor, the Firehawk. Design, I gave an 8. I think this is easily the best design of the series. I love the armor. He has a little, thing there. It gives off Egyptian god vibes. I love the gorgeous yellows, the talons, and I just love how just beautiful this bird looks. Abilities, I gave an 8. It can fly, of course. Agile flying. Can fly quickly. So not only is it agile, it can go quite fast. Sharp talons, sharp beak. Can shoot light beams from his wings. And this and his abilities, this ability especially, comes when the sun's out. And when the sun is fully out, so no clouds blocking it, Haraxor is hot to the touch. So he will pretty much burn anyone who touches him. And it is, kind of a weakness if the clouds are like half across the thing. He won't be as hot, but he'll still be hot. And then when the clouds cover, he will be warm. Because Katia says in the book, when she touched him, when the clouds were covering the sun, that Haraxor felt quite warm. So I think overall that's quite cool. Makes Haraxor a bit of an overpowered beast, but still quite good. The fight, I gave a 7. I do think it was a good fight. Varadu, Katia's monkey, helped out a lot. I loved his playful nature, and I loved how he ended up, took a war with Haraxor. That was cool. The castle herders, I thought they were also cool as well. There was this thing about them, there was a rival tribe and they were getting kidnapped. I loved the storyline to this, and then when Haraxor comes in, it's just great. And then I love how the villagers actually helped Katia pull Haraxor in. It took place in the air. That was great. And yeah, in the end, they got Haraxor's helmet off, and he was good now. And now he will guard not the plains, but the canyons and all that. He will guard, I think it is the plains, technically. He will guard, that area of Tangala. This beast is a good beast of Tangala. And this is where we have the plot. Well, the plot. I forgot what it's called. Plot point. Plot hole. Why did I forget about plot holes for a second? So, like I said, Zuba said that all these beasts are Tangalan legends. They're not real, they're legends. But then Haraxor is a good beast. And this is where the problems come in, because, Adam and Lucas have pointed it out. The books, all the books state that Haraxor is an actual beast of Tangala, even though Zuba said that all these beasts are of Tangalan legend. So it does raise questions. Haraxor is an actual legend, but it does wonder, why is this beast an actual thing? Did Zuba just save herself from resurrecting another beast, or did she just use it? Don't know, but anyway, I don't think it's as bad as the Janice Birds plotline. That plotline, bloody hell, that plot that plot hole was ridiculous. I'll admit, as much as I would defend Series 28, the Janice Bird plot hole is it's a big one. This one, I'm really not that bothered. Maybe just because I really enjoyed this book. But yeah, I just don't get fazed by it. That might just be me being generous, but I had a fun time with this book. I do really like this book. So yeah, I'm happy that I can get past the plot point, and I'm happy this was a good read. Especially since they were like, oh, you're going to like this one, you're going to like this one. And I did like this one, so I'm very happy that I did. Now on to the finale of the series. Petrock the Stone Warrior. Design, I gave a 7. For a monkey beast, well, a gorilla beast. It's good to see. Well, actually, technically, Drogon was a gorilla, so there's that. But yeah, for the first proper gorilla beast, it's good that the ape beast. It's nice to see that we got a really cool design based off like Aztec armor. The armor stands out, the red eyes, the mane, and the jewel belt. It does look really good for a gorilla beast. Abilities, I gave a 5. Really strong and durable, has stone fists. Like I said, really strong stone fists. Just said that. And it has a magic belt that can heal him if he gets injured. And the fight, I gave a 6. I do think it is the second weakest fight, but I still did enjoy it. I love it when beasts use like their surroundings to their advantage. They use weapons from their surroundings. That's why I appreciated it when Drogon used a tree as a club. And so does Petrock. He uses a tree and he uses it as a weapon. Nolan gets Petrock stuck in the mud. And Marilla in this one, I thought she was going to be a bit pompous and very off, but she proved to be really good as well, and I absolutely loved her. Marilla was great. And everyone's like, oh, well, she's the most important out of the 4. Maybe just because she is a werewolf. Actually, no, two of them are mythical creatures. But yeah, it is hinted in the series that Marilla is the most important. She's special. So, yeah, I actually can see that. But yeah, and the fight was good. I love the whole Aztec setting and the jungle. That was great. I mean, I guess the only problem I do have is the way they defeat the beast. It is very obvious. Nolan slices at Petrock's belt and gets it off of him. And just as Petrock's got him, in a really cool shot, can I just add, like some of the illustrations in this series are absolutely amazing. I love this. And it's a big one as well. Like just Petrock there holding Nolan. You can see there. Just, oh my goodness, that is a gorgeous illustration. I love it so much. I love it when Beastcraft says these really big, like, great illustrations. And trust me, oh my goodness, in Series 32, they have a bunch of good illustrations. Let me tell you. But we'll get to that in September. So, yeah, they get the belt off and Petrock turns to stone. Yeah, it's a very easy, it's a very obvious weakness. But I don't really care. I still enjoyed this book. And, I mean, Adam, he is starting to like it more than he did. But considering it's from the guy that hates monkey beasts, Petrock, you can tell, is never going to be second, or he's never going to be first. He will always remain 4th, and maybe he'll go to 3rd. Who knows? But yeah, I actually liked this finale and thought it was good. And I also liked how it ends with Rotu coming in. Nice to see Rotu and congratulating them on their quest. Well done. And then he goes. And then trumpets are sounded. Don't know why I did that. Trumpets are sounded, and then Rotu comes back. And they're like, wait a minute, but we were just talking to Rotu. That's because that wasn't Rotu. It was Zuba, and she goes into Daltek's study chamber and I believe she takes a book. Yeah, I believe it is. She takes a book and she escapes. And the new protectors are like, oh no, what are we going to do? But then they're like, don't worry, we've got our animal companions, and as long as we stay together. And what was it Tom said? Well, there's blood in our veins, and they use Tom's catchphrase. I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that they use Tom's catchphrase. It's like, come up with your own. That's Tom's. You know, he should be the one to say it. It's his catchphrase. No one else should say it except him. So it feels weird when the new protectors use it. So strange. But yeah, I must say that twist with it not being Rotu, that was a good end to this series. And there you go. The total for Petrock is 18 out of 30. Sadly, not breaking the 20 mark, but I did enjoy the story. And the beast, yes, it has an obvious weakness, but for a monkey beast, or an ape beast, I thought it was quite good. So there you go. Let's get on with the total score. And the total for Series 31, Guardians of Tangala, is 79 out of 120. I am waiting for the day that we get a 100. I'm waiting for the series to break the 100 mark. If any of these series get 100, I'm going to be so happy. So but the only problem is though, we'd need at least three beasts to get a 10 out of 10 in A category. So that's already 30 points. And I think from there, we've just got to get some high scores. We've got to get some really high scores. And then we might break the 100 mark. But like I said, the day we get a series that breaks the 100 mark, that's when you know it's going to be a good series. Or I just hate it, like in Series 30 that got high scores. But yeah, 79 out of 120. So it beat Series 27. And I'd say this series is on par with Series 27. Beast-wise, no, I can't. I'm not going there. Yeah, it's literally on par with Series 27. It got a lower score than Series 30. 5 points below it. But I would take this series over Series 30 any day. And Series 28, I actually think this series is better than Series 28. And like I said, I think it's the second best series of the new Protectors era. So now it's just time to quickly rank the animal companions. We've got a lot to do until the ranking, so I'm going to try and make this quick. We're already on 33 minutes. I'm going to try and not break the 40-minute mark, so there's that. So in last place, we have Rugara. It's Rafe's companion, and it's my least favorite. Like I said, I liked all the animal companions, but she's the only one that I felt like was a bit, like I said, bit of a nuisance. I also thought she was a bit like whatever. She went away for like a good bit of the book, and I'm like, where are you going? And then she comes back in the end, she saves Rafe, but that's it. Like, she doesn't bring any master plan. She doesn't get someone to help them. She doesn't get someone to help them. She literally just goes away, and then as soon as Rafe's kidnapped, she's like, okay, I'm going to help you now. And then she helps. And she also managed to convince the archers to fire at Lupix, which I think it's funny considering the fact that the new protectors and the animal companions, that new protector is the only one that can understand their animal companions. So Rafe is the only one that can understand Rugara. Nolan's the only one that can understand Marilla, and so on, so on. So when the animal companions talk to that new protector, only the new protector will hear the voice, and they can communicate with them. Apart from that, they literally just stand there, just silent and just growl or something. So I imagine Rugara just like trying to get the idea of the archers, and she's just like, I just imagine her doing like hand movements and be like, no, Rafe's in trouble, there's Lupix, I need you to fire at the wall. Oh my god, that's funny. Right, okay. But yeah, we make the argument that they realise, okay, Lupix is actually a threat, we need to help Rafe. That's probably what happened. But If it actually was because of that, that would have been so funny. Third place is Veradu. I love Veradu. I love how cheeky he can be. He's also meant to be quite wise. And I think he's fine. I just think compared to the other two, he doesn't do as much. So I did like him. I did like Veradu in this book. And I thought, like I said, when he did the tug of war with Haraxor, that was good. Second place, we've got Azul. I've already explained why I love him. I don't need to say I love Azul. But first place is actually Marilla. Not only is because of how important she is, because a common theme in Petrol was that Nolan keeps thinking about his mother who died long ago. And basically when he gets stuck in the mud and he's like, it was actually a technique his mother told him that got him out. And like, he relies on his mother's advice quite a bit in this book. And Marilla's like there for him, like, your mother would be proud, Nolan. And I just love, like, the comfort Marilla gives. Marilla is someone who will attack. She's someone not to mess with. But she's also going to take care of you. She's going to care for you. And that's what I love about her. And she's in... No, never mind. That's for another day. But now it's time to get into the spoiler of Pyrano, of the returning character. So, spoiler warning, if you've not read this series, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to either, let's say, right, 37 minutes. I'm going to give till 39 minutes. Why not? It's going to hit 40, who cares? So, going to give a 5-second warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I did that wrong, but who cares? Yeah, hopefully you're going to skip till 39 minutes. So, spoiler. When Myandra goes into the prison on the ship, she encounters this character and frees her. That character is none other than Rhea. And I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe Rhea is in this. It was so happy. We've not seen her main book-wise since series 24. She has made a few special appearances, but I'm not going to get into that. And in the end, she appears at the end on riding on horseback, escaping. But she clearly has respect for Myandra, and she said to Myandra, I hope our paths, like she thanks her and says, I hope our paths do not cross again. And Rhea escapes on horseback, clearly going somewhere. Now the question is, where is she going? And me and the boys have theorized, and I think from, past experience, and clearly she doesn't want to, she has no intent of going against Myandra. She thanks her for freeing her. She doesn't want to go against the new protectors. So, I'm going to do this quick. I reckon she's going back to Avantia to get revenge on Tom and Eleanor. And that would be really cool to see. I really hope Series 33 is about in Avantia and Rhea's the main villain. That would be a great return to Tom and Eleanor, and that would be a great return for sort of oldish Beast Quest. I really think that's the theory of what I think. And hello to those who have joined us back at Series 39. You've, of course, avoided the spoiler, thank goodness. And yeah, but for those who I did tell the spoiler to, yeah, that's my theory. And I can't wait to see what they do with this character. Hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's good. But anyway, let's get into the ranking for the series. Now, this ranking, originally I had an idea of how it was going to go. But then I actually read them and I'm like, hang on a minute, this is not what I theorized. I thought it was going to be, this ranking. I thought it was going to be, I theorized how the books would be. And I got a whole shock, well, except for one of them. And this list, I'm happy where it is, and I think it's a good list. I'm happy where it is, and this is, I honestly do not think this is gonna change. So fourth place, my least favourite of the series, if you couldn't already guess, it is Pyrano, the water dragon. It's the only beast that I just think is alright. The story had its good points, but it underdeveloped. The Bridge Lord could have been better. I think the story could have been structured a bit better. The beast itself, apart from the design, it's pretty underwhelming. I just think if you gave it an extra ability, unique one, it could have got a high point. I would have given the abilities a 5, or if it was a good one, could have given it a 6. But no, and I also think the fight just could have been a bit better. I actually think the fight's alright. But yeah, like I said, it definitely could have been better. So Pyrano is here purely because it's easily the weakest. Third place, we have Petrock. I was actually very surprised. I'm happy I'm not putting this last place. But it is third place. I do like the story. I love the setting. And I think the beast is cool. The weakness is really the only problem with it. And yeah, as much as I love the fight, could it have been just a bit better? Yeah, but then again, I can say that about every Beast Quest fight, even the really good ones. Actually, no, I can't. I'm joking. But yeah, maybe just a bit more fight. But even then, even if they did give it more fight, it's not going to be second place. It's not going to go up to second place. Yeah. Marilla was great to see, and I love Nolan's arc in this. We really get to see him. We're really starting to develop Nolan to be really good. He was my least favorite new protector. I think I said that. I think I said that in the ranking, or did I place my Andrew last? I might have gone with Nolan, but yeah. But this is how it's developed. See, Everson's and now Nolan is officially in canon so far my third favorite new protector, and this might change. We don't know. We won't know until the future. But yeah, I think it's a good finale. It's not one of the best. It's not one of the best, but it's still a good finale, and I'm actually glad it turned out the way it did. But yeah, massive weakness. When Adam puts Petrock in Battle of the Beasts, unless I can see him maybe making it to round 2, but as soon as that bell was off, he's screwed. Well, is he though? Unless he can find a way to kill it in time, but I don't imagine Petrock going far. A beast I can imagine possibly going far though, going up, given that if it goes at the right opponents, but even if it doesn't go up against the wrong opponents, a beast I can see going far though is Lupix the Ice Wolf. I think this is one of the rare instances where the first book is in the top 2. Because normally the highest the first book gets is third place. And we've seen this constantly for Gorog, Osiron, Calderon. Yeah, a first book either gets, most of the time it gets third place, and there's also times it gets last place. But Lupix actually got second place, and I'm really happy. This beast is a powerful beast. It's one of the best ice beasts. Wraith, I love Wraith in this book. The only problem it has is, of course, Rugara. But what are you going to do? I'm actually so happy that this book was a really good starting book. And let's hope, maybe not next season, but hopefully in the future we get more first books. Getting higher, maybe even being first. That would be a miracle, because I don't think we've ever had that. No, we've never had a series where the first beast was the best. At least I can't remember. I probably might remember later, but seriously, I don't think we have. So there's that. Lupix, I'm happy a first book in the series gets second place, but of course, like I was told, my favourite of the series is Haraxor. Katia, one of the best new protectors. Veradu was great in it. I love the storyline. It felt like a proper cattle ranching thing. a kidnapping mission. That was good. And then we get this really powerful Guardian, this beast. And it's just so good. The aerial fight was great. It had so many great moments. I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. And if Haraxor becomes an actual, like... I'd like for, if beasts do attack Tangala, for Haraxor to become an ally. That'd be really cool. Like the beasts of Avantia, like, to appear in other books. I hope Haraxor does appear. I mean, Grashkor managed to make an appearance, so I'm sure Haraxor could. And yeah, 45 minutes. God. But there we go. It's don't worry, guys. It's all sorted. And with that, Series 31 is all done and ranked. And we are officially up to date with all the rankings. After all these years, I can chill. Don't need to worry about a Beast Quest series until September. But this is where some changes are going to have to be made. I've now reviewed all the Beast Quest series up until this point, released. That means from now on, Beast Quest series sadly are probably only going to come out once a year. And I say that because well, yeah, they normally come out once a year, so I don't have much to explain. But yeah, this means you're only going to get one Beast review a year, which is sad. Like, I can't just spend a whole year. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for over 3 years now, and oh god, it's been that long. And yeah, but technically, I will still be doing Beast reviews, but as retrospectives. Series 1 retrospective will be coming out. I don't know when. Because I'm not doing it tomorrow. I've got stuff to do, and also, guys, my GCSEs are coming up, so there may be a period, let's say in a few weeks, where I won't be able to upload because I'll either be exhausted from GCSEs or I've got to focus. Like, this is, of course, obviously the time of my life where I have to knuckle down and focus. So I will, of course, try and upload. And yeah, so I'm just going to say some quick things. I know it's nearly 50 minutes. I didn't plan for it to be, and I'm not making it an hour. Don't worry. So, the plan. Series 1 retrospective, I'm going to try and... I should be able to get it out next week. I should be able to get a few videos out next week. I will try and upload reviews of Daredevil Born Again episodes. I have watched episode 7 that came out today. I finally caught up with it. And yeah, I will give you my thoughts on that then. Series 2 retrospectives. I've nearly finished Series 2. It's taken a while because I've had all this to do. And I'll do that retrospective. Now, the retrospectives are going to be spaced out. They're not going to be close together in terms of release. And I know I said I was going to upload this the next day. I was going to upload this either Sunday or Monday. I was so tired on Monday, so sadly I didn't do that. Now, I'm sure you guys are like, when am I going to do the Daredevil content? When am I going to be doing the Batman content? When am I going to be doing the Spider-Man content? The James Bond content? That's coming. Don't worry. I decided to get the Beast reviews out the way, so they're all done. And yeah. So the first non-Beast Quest thing I'm going to start off reviewing is Daredevil Born Again. Also, reviewing the Percy Jackson episodes. I'm gonna finish it. I'm not gonna leave that series just unfinished. I do have to voice my opinions on that series, even though it ended last year. It's been a year since that show came out already. Wow. Trust me, I've got some opinions to voice, but that may take some time in the making. I will just making sure. And I think there's one more thing I need to say. Maybe. Regarding Sequest content, I need to read... I still need to read Octo. I need to read the next 4 specials, which I haven't got the final one, but I will get it eventually. But only after I finish reading that special, that's when I'll do it. Also, yeah, so the next few pieces of content is probably going to be maybe random. Well, not random, but yeah, I might be doing a bit of that, bit of that. But like I said, I will try and get the videos out. I've got, of course, the Easter holidays are coming up. They start next week, so I'll get some time to upload. Not the second week though, because I'll be busy. Because if you didn't know, I'm also I'm a theatre kid. I've starred in shows, and I'm going to be doing a production of the Addams Family musical, which I'm very excited for. I'm going to be doing that on the second week, and I'm going to be doing it the whole week, except Saturday and Sunday, obviously. So yeah, until then, so next week is going to be the best week I have to get content out. And most likely, like I said, I won't upload the second week. In fact, to be honest, I actually can't because my grandparents live near where that show is happening. I'm going to be staying there for the week. So yeah, I won't be able to upload content anyway. And it's 52. But yeah, that's all the announcements out the way. I know I've finished this video ages ago, but I just thought I'd take these few minutes to just tell you guys what the plan is. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some videos out, not tomorrow. Damn it, not Friday, Sunday. No, not Friday, Saturday. The next video I'll probably upload... Yeah, I think it will be the Series 1 retrospective I upload next, and I will upload that on Sunday. Yeah, we'll go Sunday. Let me take a break, and I've got to do some revision, so we're going to do that. But without further ado, I've been rambling on enough. I'm going to try and stop the rambling in future videos and get straight to the point. So that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Press that notification bell down below. We were on 16 subscribers and then we dropped down. I'd really recommend you guys subscribing. Whoever watches my content, please subscribe. But I know I may seem desperate, but you know, I just want some subscribers, you know? I just want to, you know, gain more. But that's all I have to say. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.